right now we are going to try to figure out what x is. And when I say x, I mean this side right here. We're going to try to figure out how long this side of this triangle is. And to do that, I think we should just kind of take a look at what we've got here and see what are we looking at. So the first thing I notice is we have a right triangle. So it's a right triangle. And I don't know how long this side is, but I do know how long this side is. And I know this side, I just don't know this one. So it's a right triangle. I know two of the sides, and I want to find the third side. And we have a formula for that. That's what the Pythagorean theorem does. The Pythagorean theorem helps us find a third side of a right triangle when we know two of them, but we don't know the third one. So that's what we're going to use here. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is write the formula down. Whenever you're doing a problem that uses a formula, write it down first. It's a good way to get started. So the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And when you look at the formula, you notice something. You notice that one of the letters is all by itself. This letter is more important than the others. We need to figure out which one of these three goes in that spot. And the answer is whichever one of these three sides is the longest. The longest side is always the one that's opposite the right angle. So here's the right angle. The one opposite of it will be right here. And we call it the hypotenuse. So we know that the x is the one in this problem. The x is the one that will go off on the end because it's the longest. So we'll put b equals x squared there. The other two, the shorter sides, we call them legs, go in these two spots. So we can put 5 squared here plus 8 squared here. And now we have our values into the equation, and all we have to do is solve for x. So we're going to start doing that now. 5 squared is 25, and 8 squared is 64, which equals x squared, and it would be really simple to add those together right now, so we'll just do that. 25 and 64 would be 89, which equals x squared. I do want to point out, though, that we don't have x by itself right now. We have x squared by itself, so we have to get rid of that squared right there. And the way to get rid of a square, the opposite of squaring something, is to take the square root. So if we want that to go away, it's really easy. We just have to square root it. But if we do that to one side, we have to do it to the other two. So we'll take the square root of this side as well. And that's going to make the square and the square root cancel out. So all we have left here is x, which we find equals the square root of 89. Which is great, because now we know how long this side of the triangle is. It's the square root of 89. So again, right triangle, we know two of the sides, we don't know the third. That is how we knew to use the Pythagorean theorem. Right triangle, we knew two of the sides, we didn't know the third. That's how we knew to use this formula, and then this is how the formula works. So that is how you would solve a problem like this, and now we know how long the longest side is. Thanks.